Link, it's your boy Ink. We forgot to do a thumbnail, so let's do a thumbnail. Today we're tasting a new kind of food. We're tasting, not a new kind of food, we're tasting a new meal. We're tasting ramen. And I'm extremely excited to taste ramen with you guys. There'll be a couple of reasons why. The first one is that we have a new freaking pot. So that's always exciting. Thank you, Mom. We have the shin ramyun noodle soup. I'm extremely happy to taste that. I haven't had these. Okay, so the reason why we don't have ramen a lot is because I buy a lot of ramen. I'm a huge ramen enjoyer. I love ramen. The problem with ramen is gonna be more like a food where the problem with ramen it could be more like a food when I go to work. It's gonna be more food where okay, I'm going to work, I don't have time to cook, so I'm gonna do ramen. Right? So I had ramen. Now of course we had the Mr. Noodle ramen. Now the good thing about these is we actually went to the dollar store when I was really broke. And it's funny because we're gonna be eating them with hot dog, and we just finished tasting hot dog. And because we were tasting hot dog, I was talking about how when I was really broke, they really helped out. So yeah, we have these. I don't know if I should add the hot dog before or after. I think it's the same thing, but the hot dog will be more cooked. It'll be losing a lot of the flavor in the water. Fun fact, when I started making ramen, I was eating ramen and I didn't throw out the water. It's like when you cook pasta and I didn't throw out the water. So, all my ramen were soupy. And it took me a long ass time before we actually ate the ramen. But at the same time, you live and learn, right? You live and learn. So these, ramen have such an importance for me, right? But these more than anything else, these way more than anything else. So I was broke, right? And I was so broke that I used to shop at Dollarama, right? And at Dollarama, I know I told this story before, but fuck it, I'm gonna tell it again. And if you're not happy, you can leave. Not my issues. But we were eating ramen, and at the dollar store, the ramen were four for $1 for package for $1. With the calories, what I would do 3 a day. I would do 2 cooked and 1 raw, right? The problem with those ramen, although they were very good, and although I'm thankful because they literally saved my life. My diet back then was a bag of rice a month, ramen, and like rice, peanut butter. Let's not forget the peanut butter. The sad thing is, the peanut butter was the first thing that I really lost flavor for. So when you say about lost flavor, you're like, okay, well, I ate so much of it that I don't feel like eating it anymore, right? So that was a bit of a shame. But the ramen were super important. Be right back. So, these ramen, and again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, right? I'm very thankful, but these ramen were cheap, right? They were the bottom of the barrel. They were good, but they were very cheap. So, when it came time to eat the ramen, what happened at the end was I was like, dude, I want more. I love ramen, but I wanted more. So these were at the Maxi store. If you know my story, if you know what I'm talking about, Maxi was one of the first places that I really got ramen. They were super spicy, right? And the fun fact, it was like, the fun fact was I didn't know how good they were. So, I was a ramen enjoyer. I really like ramen. So imagine, okay, a young Ink, a young 20, 21, 22 years old Ink, right? And this young Ink goes in and he likes ramen, right? And he thinks that he knows ramen. And he watches anime, he watches manga. Ramens are the fucking life. Level up, baby. Arc Knight, you don't see, but we saw. Level up, so we're gonna have way more to do everything that we need to do. Hell yeah. Okay, 60. So, what ended up happening with the ramen was I want to try more, right? So we actually went for try more. I'm gonna try to find you guys the other brand that I did. there was 3 ramen that I was eating. There was the one that I showed you, ramyun. There was these, and the other one I don't have anymore, but it's the it is the kimchi one, right? And ultimately speaking, the kimchi, the kimchi, it was weird because the kimchi where I'm like, okay, well, I like it, but I like it because there's kimchi. With this one, I was like, I didn't really, not that I didn't like it, but I was on the fence about it because I was like, dude, this is spicy, right? And again, I have no knowledge of what ramen is supposed to taste like. And then you have these, which are almost fried ramen, which is fucking delicious for cheaper, right? And I was like, holy shit. And then the pandemic happened, right? And the pandemic happened, and why is the pandemic included in there? Well, during the pandemic, we were watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of different content creator. Some of those content creator were actually Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. I want you guys to look at it because it's beautiful. Look at this. We have to do another video. It won't be long, my Arknight fan. Don't blink is your blink. Don't blink is your blink. Don't blink is your blink. 3 times because we want to make sure. Like Babagaya, 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 or Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Do not say it 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, do not say it 3 times. We're doing part 2 of our brand new wood stove or wood stone, I guess. I already forgot the name. So we already have the cooking of the ramen. We started cooking them 7 minutes ago. I know it's extremely foggy, but hey, what am I supposed to do? So we can see that there's a very nice cooked, there's a very nice steam. There's a bit too much steam that coming out of both sides, right? But until we have the total cook time, it's not gonna be a problem. So when you have the cook time, you're gonna be like, okay, well, it took me more time than usual. That's not good. If it takes me less time than usual, that is also not good. So we have this and actually super good. I don't know why the phone is having a problem, but it's okay. Beautiful. Part 2. Cook well. Cook as much time. Once again, this is more so for pots. This is more so for soup. This is more so for stew. And this is more so for ramen. So if the ramen tastes good, it'll be number 1. Sorry, we're back. We're back at it again. And we're back with Arknight over here. Can you see the Arknight? Can you see it? Right? You can't see it. So you can see it now. You can see it. So yeah. So during the pandemic, I was looking for more content creator. One of those content creator was GMM, right? Rhett and Link. And weirdly speaking, one of the first, I don't know how it happened. We'll call it fate. One of the first that I tasted, that I saw, was actually tasting every single ramen. They were doing a tournament like they were doing. I love those videos, like their Ben and Jerry one, their ramen one. I don't think I remember anything else. But that was like 5 years ago, right? And those ramen one, and it was funny because they had a bunch of ramen that I couldn't get access to. I was like, it's kind of sad, right? Because I'm not having access to it. So what's the point of watching a video? It's like, for example, right? You don't see many vegetarian, right? Watching people do bacon tests, right? Or you don't see a lot of people that are dairy intolerant watch video about tasting cheese. Where's that little sausage? I want to have kids and I want to call them little sausage. That's a big dream of mine. That's a big dream of mine. I don't know why, but that's a big dream of mine. So with GMM, what we saw the fuck. This is so good. We saw the video, and surprisingly speaking, the final one, the winner, was the shin ramyun. So I tasted the shin ramyun 2 times, but wasn't really a fan of it because it was too spicy. And when I say it's too spicy, it wasn't too spicy, but it was spicy in a sense of, yeah, this is a lot of spices. This is a bit too much for me. Now, ultimately, I have a virgin palate. The rest of the body isn't virgin, but my palate is extremely virgin. We were raised on poutine and pâté chinois, which I'm very grateful for, right? But spices-wise, not a lot. So yeah, so I went there tasting, and I was like, you know what? I weirdly trust 2 strangers that could be my father on the internet, which is Rhett and Link. And yeah, I trust them. There you go. There's going to be a lot of noodles, water, extra. What we're going to do, I actually like to put this, right? I actually really enjoy putting this a couple of spoon of. I saw this TikToker called QCP, which is Italian. He has a whole cookbook, but he got very, very, very popular on TikTok for his noodle recipe. I know. Made a big mistake. Holy shit, I made a big mistake. We did a little blunder. We left the oven, the thing open. That's not good. Right? So he got famous for his noodle or his pasta. Right? I don't know. I think it would be mad if I called him noodle to his face. Possibly punch my guts. Hey, what's the matter with you? What's the matter? So yeah, so now, this is a bit sad. Because we put 2 packs in there. But I know the taste. So I'm not going to go crazy. I'm only going to do 1. Right? Now, what would be good with that? I would add a piece of cheese. But then I realized, right? I realized that a lot of people will not call this a normal recipe if I add mayo, right? See, that's the thing. When I was buying from a dollar store, they were more American version of ramen. These are Asian version of noodles, so it's the spice are different, the taste are different. I'm gonna put a full one, right? Gonna be fuck. I'm very nervous, but then again, I'm nervous because I think it's gonna be too spicy. I actually think it's gonna be too spicy, right? So I'm a bit nervous for that, but at the same time, I'm thinking that I'm older, right? I just turned 22, so because we just turned 22 this week, I'm a father figure. I'm a extremely imposing human being, and I'm extremely strong. So I'm tolerant to more spices. I feel like that's the reason. I feel like that's a possibility. Now, we did add some sausage to it. We did add some hot dog to it. But the hot dog in themselves, except for a bit of salt, they will not add a lot of flavor. So there you go. I hope you guys are ready. We're mixing. You, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's been almost 2 years that I've had these. It's not that because it's not good. It's because they're spicy. So some shin ramen. And again, please, if I'm saying it wrong, tell me how the fuck to say it, because I don't know. Na zdrowie. Whew. Really spicy. Really spicy. But there's a couple of redeeming fashion here. There's a couple of redeeming factor. The first one is very tasty. It is spicy, but it's the good kind of spicy. It's not spicy to be spicy. It's spicy because it needs to be spicy. It is also very good because with that spice come flavor. That spice, like I said, I'm going to repeat myself, but there's a lot of flavor in there. Now, I'm going to check if I have some cheese, because it is a bit too spicy for your boy. A little bit too spicy. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. The ramen himself, the noodle in themselves, are actually very good. Nice. We got 2 single craft, right? So it's actually really nice. There's a lot of spices to it. There's a lot. There's a possibility. Okay. Maybe I had a bit of spice on my spoon. I love the color of it. The ramen in itself, the actual noodle in themselves are the MVP here. They're so freaking good. Because I don't know how to say it, but if you look at it, right? You see it's kind of jello-y. The texture is really nice. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. But in fact, I think these are the perfect. We had some other kimchi, and the ramen was the same. So I think this is the normal ramen. The thing when they're too thin, they won't have texture, or they'll have less texture. And when they're too thick, they'll absorb too much water. So you're eating, but you're also drinking the water. So these are the perfect size. Oh yeah. I like how they absorb the flavor. It is a lot of going on. It's a lot going on. And there's something that adds a lot to the taste. I'm impressed with how Asian culture love mayonnaise. Am I saying that? I would actually put mayonnaise. We have these. These are the creme de creme. These I think are like aubergine or something like that. And they're amazing. I remember the first time I ate that, finding that these were super good. I don't know. They're kind of like a vegetable, but they're almost sweet, right? And because they're almost sweet, these are oh. There's actually a really nice taste to it. It's how much? It's one. One is gonna cost me 20. Okay, nice. So there you go. I actually really enjoy this. I actually recommend this. They are spicy, but I'm a wuss when it comes to spices. I cannot handle spice. So yeah. Anyway, hope that you enjoy. Oh, before we go. Okay. We're gonna go to YouTube, if you don't mind, of course. We're gonna go to GMM ramen. Say spicy. There you go. This is the one. Oh, we're gonna have an ad. Oh yeah, this is spicy. Oh, this is spicy. But again, it's I have such a hard time understanding people that are going for too spicy food. It's just spices. There's no spices, but we're tasting anything. So as you can see, that's GMM. I love this fucking show. GMM, guys, unbelievable. So you see that we're at, okay, so this is important. So we have 12 out of 14, 52, right? And we have the there you go. So this is your finale. I think it's better if I do like this, right? Thank you got such big finger, dude. Good for fingering, but anything else, it's kind of messed up. So you have the two. You have the red and you have the black. The red is actually the one we're eating right now.
You can taste that anchovy paste a little bit. It's a more complex flavor.
Yeah. What? I didn't know that's what it was.
The spice is a little bit on the back end of the bite.
So they gave me the confidence to try it out. And they're saying it's funny because that flavor is called shin ramyun gourmet spicy. Then I say, oh, maybe it's not too spicy, maybe I'm a wuss. No, it's spicy. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do a little mukbang because I love doing mukbang. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you guys very, 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 very soon.